Yeah, so people are worried about me. I mean, I don't get it, right? Because I'm mentally ill. So how would I know what that means? It just doesn't make sense, man. Not argue with people. I mean, all the way. Every single point of contention is resolved. I mean, I'm not lying. And it doesn't matter what I say, it's how I say it. It's too fast. It doesn't make sense. I mean, it's alienating, man. And I don't, once you get labeled, that's it. That's it, because people look for anything they can when they're arguing to get control, So you give them one more thing, and they feel so adamant and so justified in pulling you down based on that. Oh, man, they can just really just give it to you, man. I'll tell you what, you want to get real humble real fast? Yeah, do that. Get a mental illness. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't used to have some serious problems, but man, the only problem I have now is my life's not catching up fast enough to what happened inside me. Well, and of course, when you break free from the status quo, everybody around you gets really irritated. And that's really, really hard to deal with at first. Now, I mean, it's easy, dude. Life is just really, really easy. It just is. It's fun. And people say, oh, yeah, people supported you. No, I'm just like, dude, you don't have any idea what I'm talking about then. It takes time. People are just so silly. It takes time. How about that? It's been like maybe 3 months since I went through my integration. And people probably say that's a mental disorder too, right? Oh, using words and stuff. He said a word. He's wording. He's wordying me. I don't know, man. It's embarrassing, kind of, dude. Like, honestly, I think it's sad for me because people that used to kind of tell me what to do and people that used to have advice for me now, I'm just like, like what? They got nothing to tell me because I'm, you know what I mean? But my thing is, if I say that, right? If I say that and that bothers you, you think that's arrogant or something, and then you want to call me manic or whatever the hell you want to call it, why don't you disprove the thing that I said? Why? And then you say, it doesn't matter. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, okay. But then why do you keep telling me it's not true? See that? Films. Not important, huh? That saved my life, by the way. If it wasn't for that, this wouldn't have happened. I would have been able to. And you think we go back to normal because you're weird now? I will never understand that, man. I will never understand that. That logic is insane. I would say that probably about 90% of the people that have argued so firmly that I have a problem have some serious, serious problems. I'm talking about serious problems. I think the thing that's hardest about achieving breaking free from status quo is that nobody recognizes it, dude. As a matter of fact, the better you do, the less they recognize it. And then they say things like, well, where's the money? Where's the success? You don't even have a car. You don't even have this. And it's just nonsense, just a bunch of nonsense. Like that has anything to do with anything. What are you talking about? I told you it's been 3 months. What do you want from me? Like, why do you waste my time? Why are you wasting my brain cells with stupid ass questions like that? That's not a question that's useful. That's control. You're trying to keep me down because you're uncomfortable, and then you want to medicate me because you're uncomfortable. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Never. It's never gonna happen. This is me. You guys kept me from being me. I don't know if you did it on purpose, but you did. Whatever, you are trying to kill me, basically, is what you're doing. Yeah. You know, that's too sensational, really. Have you even asked me how I feel? No, you don't care. So why should I care how you feel? Oh, that's right. I shouldn't, but I do anyway. How about that? Yeah. Oh man, he's not doing real good at all. It's like, are you upset because of how you feel when I talk, or are you upset because of you have looked at what I've said logically and it's upset you the logic of what I've said, the words out of my mouth? No. Are you feeling it? What are you talking about? Look, I'm gonna tell you something right now. It's super easy. Okay? You get a bunch of people together and you have an intervention, right? And then let's go down the line. Let's talk to everybody. What's wrong? What did I do? What do you want me to do? Who are you? Who are you to me? Right? Let's do this. Right? And you're like, oh, something's wrong, blah blah. I've been dealing with people breathing down my neck for decades, telling me that I'm not enough, I'm stupid, I'm lazy, and all this shit. And they had no fucking clue what they were talking about. They made it worse. I got diagnosed when I was 9, bipolar disorder. I've been taking medication since I was 9. Okay? People say, oh, you're gonna stop blaming people. No. All that shit is nonsense. You do what you want to do, you do what you need to do. Okay? Everything that they say you should not do is something that you should do at some point. Okay? You don't just, they're not just like fucking, you don't just, not do certain things. That's why our society is the way it is, because we don't integrate. We good and evil. We left and right. We don't vertical. We don't tower. We left and right. And I mean, it's easy to prove that that's a problem. If you're having a conversation and you're wrong, you go from being right in your mind all the way to the one side of the spectrum, all the way to hell. Every time you're wrong, of course nobody's going to admit to being wrong. Now, where I'm at, I'm in the center because I'm going like this, right? I'm narrow path, not Broadway. So I'm this, right? Of course, you probably know what I mean. It's just so sad, dude, because like if I try to explain something, people say there's something wrong. So I'm putting myself at risk by even explaining it to you. Why would I do that? And then I laugh, and that's a problem too. It's all kinds of problems. It's like, why don't you just live your life and leave me alone? Why can't you just leave me alone? Go live your own life, okay? That's the problem. You can't, or something. I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, is it because you judged me so harshly that now, as I rise up, you're like feeling bad? I went through fucking hell for years, okay? Worse hell than you could imagine, okay? I was the guy that thought too much, okay? When you think too much, things worry you. All of that stuff gets stored in your nervous system, your brain, wherever it gets stored, right? Maybe even tension and muscles, whatever. All that stuff gets stored. And if any thought I've ever had, hundreds of thousands, right? If any of them made you feel bad or good, they're marked and they're like part of like a spectrum in your like mind or whatever, like in your value system. And if and literally you have to get, of course they converge and patternistically if you can, because you move from content to patterns as an adult, and then from there people kind of tend to live with contradiction, but moving through contradiction, the union of opposites is the next stage after adult. So that's what I did. I grew up. So I went from like child, lousy adult, and skipped right over adult, and I went to whatever the next thing is, like a son of man or something. Um, it's been wild, man. It's been a wild ride. And of course, I had to do it by myself because nobody knows what it is, or nobody knows what, even the religious people don't know what I'm talking about, because it doesn't ever happen. It's just rare. You know what I mean? It happened because I went full on into the delusional. You know what I mean? And I let it be. I didn't judge it. I didn't run from it. I just went into it. And what happened was I went through it back to where I was. It was a loop. You know what I mean? And so I passed through. I passed over. I passed over. I'm past or whatever. You know what I mean? Which makes sense, right? Because you get your new name. It's in Job. It's in the whole like it's just irritates the shit out of me. It's all there. Okay, go read that. Go diagnose the book. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? I'm being attacked constantly, but luckily, I can play it cool pretty well. I mean, I'm not gonna say. I mean, of course, I want to brag, right? I mean, it's fucking awesome. I mean, like I did something really cool, and I mean, if it wasn't for the writing, I never would have been able to do it. Never would have been able to do it. Never would have been able to do it. Nope. God. It's a Tower of Babel, really, is what it was. Tower of Babel. Tower of Babel, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so Tower of Babel is like using like symbols and language to try to get your way to heaven, or like working back through schizophrenia to undo schizophrenia. I didn't have schizophrenia, but anyways, it doesn't really matter what I had. It's all the same thing. It's all just people not facing contradictions. Contradictions are what cause pathology. You can throw away the DSM-5, like, for the most part. Like, it's just contradiction. Contradiction, contradiction. Just get rid of the contradictions and you're fine. Anyways, I'm kind of tired, but I just figured I'd say that.